All right. BizDev Morning Brew. I'm back. I hope you missed me. For those of you who have been watching, I guess we got about 50 or so folks watching on YouTube as well as watching on LinkedIn. Going to start expanding and then sending it out across. If you have any questions or you have some ideas that you want to share with me, please do send me messages. I really do appreciate those conversations. Was off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we're picking up on Thursday to close out the week. And this is a perfect opportunity to really exercise. When you have to disconnect from your projects, or you have to disconnect from your sales in order to address another issue. The show must continue once you get back into pocket. And I was at a conference over the last few days, and I was unable to record. So I let things be as they were, understanding that you're not necessarily needing my attention every single morning. However, it is nice to be consistent. And once you have to break the consistency, you just get right back on that horse again. And that's what I'm doing today, getting back into the groove again with the BizDev Morning Brew. We are going to start adding some interviews where I want to bring in some of the experts that I work with and some of the success stories that I work with, in order for you to really get a full picture of how you can really expand on your own biz dev, your own business development. And one of the things that I really noticed specifically with myself on this trip that I just took was understanding your purpose and really identifying what that really means in the grand scheme of your vision, of your mission, and of your goals that you're setting. BizDev sales has now really grown into understanding more about marketing and having that connection with marketing that develops the relationships necessary with your prospects. And this is a subject that I consistently go up against with CMOs, because a sales mind and a marketing mind are necessary for the nucleus of your sales growth, your business growth, your revenue growth. However, they do think in different manners. And if you have a marketing director, or you just have a marketing manager as a startup, and you are interested in building a sales team, it is ideal to have a sales manager, sales director work with a marketing director, marketing manager, rather than having your marketing manager run your sales. And I'll explain this based on purpose. So I want to share with you this. Of course, I want to share with you something. Got to share. This is from the National Association of Sales Professionals, my favorite go-to in the arsenal of sales information that I have. The vision comes from your mind. Your purpose comes from your heart. Oh yeah, gonna get a little heartfelt here, because you need to understand that there are many facets to you, and your heart operates in a different mode than your mind. And where your mind is pulling information that is generally more analytical, I mean, most people understand how that works. When we look at the mind model here, we know we're looking at logic, we're looking at reason, and we're looking at creativity, right? So when we go back to this model, we really want to see that when it comes to your vision, you're looking at what with reason, with creativity, and your purpose lying in with your heart is the why. The why. We always hear about this, specifically when we're talking about how we want to get out of ruts or out of a really sad or poor situation. We want to focus on why we're doing things. A lot of sales reps are given this question: what is your why? When you're working, specifically when you're working in a commission business, a commission structure, and you're not receiving a paycheck for maybe 3 months, but you have to drive through in order to make sure you get to the end goal. And a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of entrepreneur courses, specifically a lot of sales courses, and I'm using the word specifically about a ton here, but to give you an idea that when you're thinking about your purpose and your why, that there is a lot going on to answering this question. And then you have your strategy, which is your how. And the how is always the one thing that gets us stumped. People always look towards the how first. And honestly, you must really focus on your why and your what. Well, first, your what. You need to know what it is that you need and want, right? You need to know what your vision is, and then the purpose behind your vision. So when you're looking at the two minds, if you will, your brain, your head brain, and your heart brain working together to create your identity, and then your strategy unfolds. So let's look at it more in detail. So this way you can kind of see with our mind working in the frontal cortex, you're actually working with your imagination and you want to live. You either wind up living in distraction or worry and fear, or you choose to be creative and you choose to work through with your outcomes and your becoming through the conditioning of your environment. So what does it mean when you're conditioning your environment? So this is the part where I wanted to get into when it comes to the way marketers think, marketing directors think, as well as sales directors or managers think, or just in general, marketing individuals and sales individuals. So when you're in a sales role, your environment is more direct with the customer. You're making the calls, you're making the trips, you're speaking directly to the customer, and the feedback can be more identified on a marketing side as a customer service idea. However, it's a way more in depth than customer service. True, you are dealing with the customer and serving the customer. However, the mindset that is with a sales rep is to present the company, service, and product in a manner to which the prospect and the customer are interested in purchasing. So the customer is not necessarily getting all of their answers and getting all their wiggles and all their complaints out, which is what a customer service rep is there for. But a sales rep is there to listen to the issues and dissect where our products and services, your products and services, will actually solve the problems that are being introduced. So when you're working with that mindset, the conditions of the environment are a tad different than when you're with a marketing minded or marketing rep who is sitting behind a computer and doing research in the market to decide how they're going to identify who the customer is. Sales rep is actually talking to the customer. That sales rep is specifically engaged with the actual customer and taking the data over a period of time. When you're making 50 to 100 phone calls and you're actually talking to these people directly, you can disseminate exactly who they are and then use that data to influence the sale. Marketers are looking at the market and deciding who that avatar is that they're selling to, and then they're throwing the net out to see exactly how many of those prospects we can pull in through clicking. Now we're working, it used to be with radio and television and print ads. Now it's more with clickable items on the internet. So using landing pages, websites, social media, and the lot. So when you're working with these two entities, if you can marry them together, if you can have a beautiful relationship between your CMO and your CBDO or your CSO or your sales manager, sales director, managing your marketing director, marketing manager, if these guys can work together, guys and gals can work together, you have a more beautiful relationship in your business development as a whole, where now you're not only connecting directly with your sales, your prospect, but you're also engaging with the market, and each can share the data and cross over and build. Now you're scaling 10x, to choose Grant Cardone's words, Now you're scaling past 10x, because this is exactly what Grant does. This is exactly what Brandon Dawson does. And that entire team that is known for sales and scaling, this is exactly what they do. They marry the raw nature of the salesman, the salesperson, and they put that with the marketing machine that is his social media and internet omnipresence. So when you take this mind, these two different minds, and you put them in with their own individual creativity, their own outcomes, and their own conditioning, and then understand what the purpose is behind their missions, now you have this beautiful, wonderful, engaging relationship that really pulls out the unconscious, subconscious mind that is the strategy. And this strategy really does unfold. It is a phenomenal thing to watch. When you have an aligned team that understands the purpose behind what they're doing, and they have put their mind directed with their those outcomes, with the vision and the environment that they're conditioned in, which means your teamwork is working with the culture. Those two items together unfold your strategy, and it is a brilliant thing to watch. So when we're looking down, let me change slides here. I want to show you one more thing, going back to the mind. Logic, reason, creativity through willpower breaks through the analytical mind, activating your skills, habits, emotions, hardwired behaviors, your conditioned responses. This is a lot of the things that we have when we react to certain things. When we see somebody come in late, we have a certain issue, certain reaction to that or response to that. When we get hung up on as sales reps, or when a marketing plan doesn't go through, you send out an email campaign that winds up having a lot of high bounce rate, and you don't know why. You have a conditioned response. A lot of these things are activated, or actually all of these things are activated through the subconscious. So as a team, when you are working together to understand the why, the purpose behind all of the activity that you're working, the things that you want to do, you're focusing on this why, and you understand what it is. This E should be over here. But you now, when you write out your vision, you understand why the vision is in place. You know your what, you know your why, you begin to unfold the how. Okay. So this is one of the things that I really came across and understood a little bit more about while I was on my trip, because my why in my area, my specific area is in security and tactical equipment, tactical training equipment, tactical service equipment, as well as security. So within this industry of mine, I'm looking to my main mission is to provide safety and security for the entire world, specific to the United States. So I am very interested in making sure that individuals feel safe in the world. And through that, I develop specific trainings in one company to help people and help those who are first responders to get the correct training necessary in order to provide that security. I also have another company that I work with that provides security equipment. And then I say security training equipment. And then I have another company that I work with that actually offers the security equipment itself, like body armor or gloves or bags or, things of that nature, the actual equipment that's necessary to provide the security. So when I understand why I'm doing these things, I can work seamlessly with these companies and make sure that I put the right attention towards everything. And when I'm working with my team, I express that culture that is emanating from that company. And all of us have a similar bottom line culture. We want to provide integrity, and we want to make sure that we are providing empathy to our customer base. And we also want to make sure that we provide truth. So when we're all working together, we are all on the same page. And eventually you can bring everybody in the same room and we all understand and have the feelings, emotion towards the purpose of why we're all working and doing what we're doing. And then our mission puts us directly in this creative space where we understand our outcomes and we discount any worry, distractions, or fear. This is a lot. I know I threw a lot at you, but you might want to rewind it if you want to and look back on it. You can definitely leave me a message if you want a little bit more clarification on what I'm talking about. It is a little touchy-feely at some point because you are looking at feelings. We are looking at emotions, and we are understanding our purpose through these feelings and emotions because it's our heart. Our heart. It's where our love space is. It's where we love from, right? Well, love is not only one dimensional. It's not meant for, or it's not two-dimensional. It's not meant for just one purpose. Love is an expression for all people and all things. Love is an eternal expression. So when you're looking at the feelings that you have towards what you're doing, you are expressing it with love, and you want to love what you're doing. And when you express that love with your vision, again, that's when you wind up finding the strategy unfolding. BizDev Morning Brew, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, usually. I know Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to this week was a little off, but I'm sure you got through it. And understanding your purpose will continue to get you through it every single time. Look at why you are doing this and make sure you understand it with a deep feeling of the love you have for what you're doing. And then while you're expressing, whether it be your outcomes for the day, or you want to look at your outcomes for the entire year, or maybe into the next 10 years, put that vision in alignment with the purpose of why you're doing things, the love that you have for what you're doing things, and you will find so many different strategies unfold right in front of you, whether it be the capabilities to learn more about what you need to do, or the exact blueprint of how you're going to get it done will unfold between you and your team when you align your purpose with your vision. Okay. BizDev Morning Brew. I hope you're having a fantastic week. I will have another bonus one tomorrow. I'm going to leave you with something really special for you to have for the weekend to charge you up for your Monday morning mindset and get you ready for making Monday mornings make money. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. And if you have, again, any messages you want to leave, please leave in the comment section or send me a direct message. I'm happy to talk with you. Have a fantastic weekend.